Thought for the day, today from Jacky. Have you ever felt overwhelmed? So we were on our honeymoon and we've been very kindly provided with this honeymoon, and we were in Switzerland in a place called Haydn, and it was a really nice sort of a little lodge there, self-catering lodge. And we'd rented it from, it had been provided for us, and we'd rented it from a family who lived in Zurich. And kind of towards the end of the honeymoon, while we were staying there, we got a message from them saying that they were coming over to visit us, and they were coming with their family, and that they would be here for tea. So I started panicking then, because obviously, you know, we just got married, and I wouldn't say I was the best cook in the world. And I thought, well, let's go with lasagna. You know, my mum made lasagna, I can make lasagna. And so I was really I felt quite overwhelmed that there was this family that were landing on us. And not only that, there was about 5 children, a guest that was staying with them from Oxford, and a dog, who were all going to be landing on us very shortly. So you know, we were in Switzerland, we had to go out and buy some food from the supermarket, and I had this real issue about carrots, because you know, I'd not really made lasagna very much, and I was making it with, and I was thinking, we've got to put carrots in this lasagna. And so I bought these carrots, and I was thinking, do carrots go in lasagna? And I was really really stressed about this lasagna. And so I remember just praying about it, you know, help, God help, I'm feeling overwhelmed, you know. And so I kind of got the ingredients for the lasagna, made the lasagna, and it was ready. But I was really worried about these carrots, that it's not going to taste right, it's not going to be really very nice at all. And so they all landed. They came in a big Volkswagen van with 5 children, their guest from Oxford, and their dog. And they kind of all piled in, and then they said, let's go out, we'll take you out with us. So we piled into their van, and they drove us to a big supermarket that was close by. It was sort of like a mall. And we kind of all went out into this mall together, and we were like just basically looking around this mall, and I was getting really, you know, no, this lasagna, they're gonna eat this meal, and it's gonna be awful. And so they all pile back into the van, and then they ask us, would you like to come to Zurich to our church and just tell your story? And we were leaving literally probably the next day, very shortly after that, because the honeymoon had come to an end. And so we just sort of made our excuses. You know, we couldn't do that. Started to feel even more overwhelmed. And so then we all pile back to the house, and they decide that they're not staying for tea. I know. So there we were, and you know, God answers prayers in different ways, doesn't he? I was really quite relieved that they were not going to have to taste this lasagna, which, by the way, didn't really taste that nice. So I was quite relieved that they were all kind of leaving and going back to Zurich. But I just sort of said, thank you, God. Thank you for answering prayer. And, you know, sometimes we can feel overwhelmed, can't we? In different ways in life. And there's a verse in Psalm 61 that says, from the ends of the earth, I call to you. Well, I was in Switzerland. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. And that's the real encouragement, isn't it? That God is bigger than we are. And, you know, when we feel overwhelmed, when we feel in situations that feel a bit beyond us, that we can go to him, who is the rock that is higher than us. that means that he can carry more, way more than we can. That means that he's a solid place that we can go to. That means that his yoke is easy and his burden is light, that if we need to put some things down, we can put them down and we can give them to him. And so I just want to encourage you today, if you feel overwhelmed, to go to him, the rock that is higher than I, just like I did when I was overwhelmed. And may you have a good day, and may you be encouraged today. God bless.